Hi, we're at Agriline Products today with Richard Brown, who's the Operations Director, and really here to understand why they chose the Sicon Barcoding product and really the benefits they've had from it. So, first of all, thanks for your time, Rich. I wonder if you can just tell us a little bit about Agriline, what the business does.
So Agriline Products, we effectively buy and sell tractor parts for vintage, classic and modern day tractors. We don't just buy and sell there, we do develop our parts as well, and there's quite a technical side to it. In a nutshell, that's what we do.
Excellent, thanks for that. So obviously we're interested in the barcoding, so there must have been a need to replace the old barcoding system. And what was the sort of driver behind that?
Yeah, the business has been ever evolving and growing, so with that obviously they need to do more and more transactions. The existing system they had in place wasn't real time, wasn't fast enough for them. There was data issues and they needed to improve. They needed something that was more reliable, consistent and speed based.
So what would you say was the driver then for choosing the Sicon product?
So the driver, first of all, to look for something else was obviously, they were having data issues, things weren't being updated in the live system. So funnily enough, it's a good story. We looked at your product, Sicon product, turned up to do a demonstration of the product, took the MD in the warehouse to show in real time with a laptop, scanned the part, saw it move instantly. That there was the deciding factor. As soon as he saw, within a split second, it moving in Sage as he moved the
as quick as that
system.
So, yeah,
that was his decision made. We pretty much went live that day.
Wow, that's impressive. We've got a sales order here. We've got a pick list for a sales order. Now, I'm assuming this got into the warehouse because it's been fully allocated, or did you mark this one as being ready to pick?
It will be one of the two. It will either be fully allocated or we've manually pushed that through. Okay. Because the customer's allowed, we can't tell from this system because it only shows it there.
Okay. So we've got
what to pick.
We've got the barcode at the top of the page. Just the sales order number.
Sales order number, yeah.
Okay. So we have the device.
Have the device here.
So if we just scan the barcode,
comes up. Okay. So we get information about the order itself.
So let's just have a quick look at that. So we've got the customer name, the delivery date. I think this one obviously goes to the customer's default address, not another specific address on there. Got some analysis codes. Okay. So at this point, I guess the guys would flick across to the pick.
Yep.
And that's telling them there which bin locations they need to go to. Okay. Shall we go and pick some stock?
Yep. Let's go. So first thing we need to do is scan the bin location.
Yep.
So if we scan the wrong one.
Wrong bin location. Good.
Nothing to pick.
So making sure you're in the right place first of all.
So now we say straight away we need 7460. Automatically picks. Move on to JE28.
You're quite good at this. So on that device, let's just have a quick review here. We've got one item left to pick, and if I scroll across I can see what's already been picked. Just to confirm we've got the right bits in there already, if we're halfway through picking. Excellent.
Okay. And then the last one, underneath. There we go. Job done.
Excellent, all done. Nothing left to pick.
So straight away, nothing left to pick. Just need to pack now. Take this over to the packing area and leave it for the packers.
Excellent. So I know we've obviously worked with Agriline for some time and been working on a number of things. So obviously we've got the single database, everything's integrated into Sage. The other modules from Sicon that have helped to improve what you're doing in the warehouse?
Yeah, so barcoding's allowed us to be more accurate and efficient with our stock movements. So we started to look at other areas of the business. So purchasing was an area that we needed to improve on. So we looked at your manufacturing module, particularly MRP. That's helped us massively get on top of what we need to order, but then we created a new problem for ourselves, which was managing all these orders that we've got in the system. So fortunately we have distribution manager as well, which comes with its container manager. That container manager is probably the most important part to our purchasing business, because yes, we know MRP takes care of the orders, but Container Manager is allowing us to manage multiple sets of orders going into one supplier efficiently and quickly. The problem we were having is with so many purchase orders to keep updated, people didn't update the purchase orders.
Oh, so having them all into the one container made that an awful lot easier.
Yeah.
So previously you would have a fewer large orders. Now you can manage the orders as you need to stock, build it into one container, use the container to manage the orders.
Manage the dates on the container, which means they flush down to the purchase order lines, which fundamentally means our guys in the sales office, when they're on the phone to their customer, they're seeing an accurate date of when that stock's going to arrive, as opposed to a date that probably hasn't been updated because it was hard to manage that process before.
So I think you also bought the kitting module. So could you explain what was the purpose? What did that help with?
So kitting, we struggled with two things in the warehouse. The main one is space. We have over 15,000 stock lines, all being managed with Sage and the scanning system, and not a big enough warehouse to stock it all. So we have various parts, we have 50 or 60 kits, which we also sell the components of those kits individually as well.
Okay.
So to manage the component level and the finished kit level was a role in itself, a job in itself, but it also required additional storage for the components and the finished kit item.
Okay, so by us making that change, I remember working with this one on you, where we allowed you to pick all of the component items and the sales order lines in one go, dynamically build the kits, allocate them to the sales order line in one process. That helped to streamline the guys picking, I guess?
Absolutely. We no longer need to manage the kit, the finished item. We therefore know that we've always got enough of the components. Yeah, that's what massively helped on that side.
So obviously our barcoding runs on Android devices, which are, well, can be relatively low cost. Was that an important factor?
Initially it was. When you're looking at these things, you price them up. Obviously cost is a big factor, but for us everything's about speed and accuracy and efficiency, and we invested more heavily in the better devices purely because we've been running now for 2 years and we've not had any problems with them.
Right, but at least you could establish that it was going to work before you had to put that investment into it, rather than spending a lot of money and then finding they're wrong.
Just use a normal phone.
Yeah, and I think you've got all the same devices, so you haven't looked at tablets or any other different devices. They've done the job across the board? Don't
need to do anything. The system guides you to where you need to go. What else do you need to see on your scanner? You need to know what you're picking and where it's got to go.
I do, okay. Now, I like to think that we're very open to talking to our clients about what they want. Is that your experience?
Yeah, it's for my personal side, a bit of a difference here is at the point of taking on Sicon, I was actually a supplier for Agriline. So I chose you guys to put that system in, knowing the working relationship that you have with your business partners, with your customers. You guys listen to your customers, you're very much customer driven, and that's allowed us to, as we use the system and become more efficient, we find more ways, or better ways to actually do stuff. And through my time at Agriline, you've obviously introduced Container Manager, which was new, and you've enhanced things with even barcoding at our request, which has allowed us to push on and do more.
Good. I mean, it's important to us that we keep developing products, and it's good to know that the clients are working. I'm guessing now, because you're pushing ahead with our product, that it's actually working better than the Datalink's more expensive product, now that you've got it bedded in and it's doing the things that you need.
We focus mainly on the dispatch process with the system, but yeah, we're doing 29% more than what we were doing before, even this point last year. As your systems improve, it's allowed us to get better and more efficient.
So I guess some of that speed, is it accuracy as well?
So yeah, we've mispicks, stuff like that, education of the guys, it's allowing them to be more focused on what they're doing, not making decisions for themselves. Like most systems, when something goes wrong, it allows them to use their brain instead of what the system's telling them.
Yeah.
So before, when things were going wrong, that's what was happening. With this system, because it's straightforward, it takes you to where you need to pick, what you need to pick. It doesn't allow them to make their own judgments.
Brilliant. Well, that's been incredibly helpful. Hopefully people watching the video will have glean some useful information from that. But it's been great working with you, and look forward to some more development.
Yeah, absolutely. Been great working with you too.